This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Carbonite. Today on the Destructoid Show, you got your Amalur in my Mass Effect. If you seek Amy, you might want to reconsider, and Razer finally reveals the mysterious Project Fiona. Get some hard-hitting video game news right here, right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Your boobs are looking perky today, Max.
What?
And that, my friends, is an example of what not to say to me on Twitter, which apparently needs clarification after yesterday's episode. I'm sorry, Max, but your boobs really are looking nice today.
I feel so dirty
hurts,
and horrible.
doesn't it?
It's dreadful.
Come on, guys. Be better.
Yeah, just don't do that. Just don't.
I love you, but be better.
Make fun of my hair or something.
Yeah,
just
do that
give
instead.
her a break, man. Anyway, if you guys caught our news brief yesterday, you might recall me mentioning that there's a Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning demo dropping on Tuesday. I said it was Xbox only, but it looks like it's going to be hitting 360, PS3, and PC all at once. If playing part of a game for free wasn't enough of an incentive to go check it out, it's been announced today that people who check out the Amalur demo will unlock some bonus items for use in Mass Effect 3. The Reckoner Knight Armor maximizes damage done in close quarters combat and has a power cell that feeds energy into a weapon system to increase projectile velocity. In other words, this is another outfit for Commander Shepard to play dress-up in. You also get the Chakram Launcher, which is a weapon that uses a fabricator to manufacture lightweight, explosive. Yeah, it's a gun. We get it. It's cool. Anyway, you get this gun and this armor if you play the whole demo and then watch the trailer at the end. That's pretty simple. Meanwhile, there's also a Mass Effect 3 demo right around the corner, and if you play that, you'll unlock a couple items that your character can use in Kingdoms of Amalur. Appropriately, it is a suit of armor inspired by Commander Shepard's N7 armor and a pair of daggers inspired by his glowing Omni Blades. Playing the Amalur demo will also unlock some items for use in the full version of the game, but it is probably easier to just go download the demo when it comes out instead of hearing me babble about ice resistance and twin soul chakrams. You guys probably remember when EA did something similar with Dragon Age 2 and Dead Space 2, some sort of crossover content. Safe to say we'll be seeing a lot more of this kind of stuff in the future. However, demo bonuses are much more fun than pre-order bonuses, don't you think?
Yes, because they're free.
Yeah, you get free things for playing free things. That's quite simple. So once again, the Amalur demo is out on Tuesday, and the Mass Effect 3 demo should be following up sometime later this month, though there's no official date yet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very smart on the part of developers.
I dig it.
Also.
I love that kind of crossover stuff. It's fun. I'd love to see if EA did like a Super Smash Brothers, but with all their properties, and you have you have Commander Shepard and Isaac Clarke all running around, and then John Madden's there for no reason, and it'd be funny.
As long as it's nothing like Super Smash Brothers, I'm in. I hate that game.
You just made so many people mad.
So earlier this week, I talked about Amy, which is the latest survival horror game from the French studio Lexis Numérique. The PSN version isn't due out till next week, but the XBLA version came out today, and, well, it's not looking good. In fact, it's pretty much a complete disaster. Jim Sterling is in the process of reviewing it for Destructoid as we speak, but hasn't put his review up yet because finishing the game is actually that much of a chore. He did put up a PSA this morning, though, preemptively warning people not to buy the game because it's so bad. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking to yourselves, Jim Sterling, he hates video games and he's fat. But literally every single review I've read of this game so far has been awful. Like, seriously bad. One of the subheadings of CVG's review was just the phrase, bowel movement.
I get that. It's a play on words.
What makes the game so bad, you ask? Well, on top of the poor acting and frame rate and screen tearing issues that managed to plague almost every cutscene, yeah, that's not capture, frame rate issues. That's actually from the game itself. Apart from that, the game's shoddy camera angles and janky combat mechanics seem to actively work against the player at times, making even the simplest movements difficult and basically serving no purpose other than to elongate the game's already unimaginative narrative. The puzzles quickly become repetitive, and the lack of checkpoints or any kind of manual save option also means that dying, which by the way happens often and unexpectedly thanks to the camera controls, takes you back to the very beginning of a chapter, of which there are only 5 in the entire game to begin with. With all these complaints though, and believe me, there are many more that I did not include for the sake of brevity, the one that stands out the most is the fact that for a survival horror game, Amy just isn't scary at all, which is kind of a crucial thing. If you still don't believe me though, or you want to see for yourself, Amy is out on XBLA now, and it's 800 Microsoft points, so even if it is an utterly tragic failure, it might still be worth $10 just to have a good laugh, right?
There is also a trial available if you want to,
right, yeah.
torture
Maybe
yourself
that makes
for
more
free.
sense.
Anyway, so as you guys are probably aware, the annual International Consumer Electronics Show is in full swing over in Las Vegas. We're not there because a lot of cool electronic gadgets get shown off, but generally it's not so much in the way of gaming news. There's not a whole lot for that. We do have our buddy Anthony Carboni over there, and he was on the show last Friday to tell us what to expect. One of these things was Razer's mysterious Project Fiona. We had no idea what that was. Turns out Project Fiona is a gaming tablet, and as you can see, it has usual tablet shape. There's a touch screen, obviously, but it's got 2 analog sticks and some buttons that are just sort of there. Now, what you can't see is the Intel i7 core processor, some accelerometers, Dolby 5.1 output, and force feedback. Now, what does the Fiona play? It plays PC games, of course, natively, too, so there's no need to worry about porting them over to a new platform. That's a cool idea, in theory, and supposedly any game that supports gamepads will work on this tablet. It's set for a Q4 release, and the price point is said to be somewhere under $1,000. But I can't see this really working. I mean, it just misses the mark, and it's a goofy concept that shouldn't have made it past the drawing board. I mean, tablet gaming is hard enough to sell to hardcore gamers, and that's when it's on a device that has other uses, an iPad or an Android tablet. The Razer Blade and Switchblade are both kind of weird, but at least they make sense from a gaming perspective. This is just an iPad with 2 PlayStation Move controllers bolted onto it. If Razer's actually funding hardware concepts this retarded, my talents are obviously being wasted at this dog and pony show. Razer, if you're listening, and I really hope you are, I've got a few pitches for you. Okay, so maybe the iPad with the PlayStation Move controllers is too pricey. No problem. I got your budget solution. Check it out. It is an Xperia Play with 2 Wiimotes attached. Wiimotes are cheap enough, and I bet you Sony is just dying to unload those Xperias that nobody bought because why bother? So there you go. At the same time, you guys obviously want to sell some big ticket items, so here is a flat screen TV with 2 universal remotes attached, so they don't get lost.
Now that I would buy.
They're just bolted on there. You get up and you cross the room and you go push the buttons on the TV. There, boom, there you go.
That's just handy. That just makes sense.
And there's 2 of them, so you don't have to fight over the remote with your girlfriends. Boom, there you go. Brilliant idea, right? You know what's hot right now, Tara?
Retro gaming?
Retro gaming, absolutely. Biggest thing right now. All the kids are into that shit. You walk into a Hot Topic, it's just fucking Simon's Quest everywhere. Retro gaming is so hot right now. So here's what I got for you, Razer. It's a Space Jam Tiger handheld with 2 Sabrina the Teenage Witch Gigapets glued onto it. Yeah.
I like how you went with the Sabrina the Teenage Witch Gigapets over the more popular Tamagotchi.
Baby. That is Salem the cat. That's what's up. You get one of those in your pocket, it's basically like you're Melissa Joan Hart yourself, and we all want to be, Melissa Joan Hart.
Well, not so much anymore.
Not really. No. Anyway, so finally, here's one for the ladies. You might like this. It's pretty much guaranteed to sell like a bajillion million copies. It's an Adele album with 2 Luna bars on it. Yep. What's the sexism? Who knows? Anyway, but that's a brilliant idea, right?
Love those Luna bars.
Seriously, they got estrogen in them or whatever, But anyway, Razer, seriously, if Project Fiona doesn't work out for whatever reason, just give me a call. I got a million ideas that just involve attaching shit to other shit and then trying to sell it for $1,000.
Wow. At least we know if the show ever ends, you'll have plenty of opportunities in this industry.
First order of business, apologizing to Razer.
Oh dear. So one last bit of CES news. Those of you holding out hope that we might see a PlayStation reveal at E3 this year, well, don't, because Sony confirmed yesterday that definitely won't be happening. When asked about it at CES this week, Kaz Hirai responded by saying, "We are not making any announcements at E3. I've always set a 10-year life cycle for PS3, and there is no reason to go away from that." Of course, if that's actually the case, it means we're only halfway through the current 10-year life cycle, which means we probably shouldn't expect to see a console reveal from them until at least 2014, possibly 2015, if they're aiming for a 2016 release, which would be 10 years. But since we already know the main attractions of this year's E3 are undoubtedly going to be the Wii U and probably the PS Vita, that gives Microsoft the perfect opening to slip in there and steal the show for 2013, am I right? Of course, that does depend on the Xbox's life cycle, which we still know very little about as of yet. So it's really anyone's guess. But that's my gaming prediction, really.
Yeah. That's cool, though. I just bought a PlayStation like 3 weeks ago, so boom.
You'll have it for a while.
I got it, You know what's fun is I like to unplug it and I like to put the George Foreman grill there, and then I sort of laugh to myself and then realize that joke is like 5 years old, so. Anyway, let's take a word from our sponsor, Tara.
Let's do that. Computer crashes eventually happen to everyone. Maybe your computer crashes or gets eaten by a bird. Either way, if you have Carbonite Online Backup before your disaster, then there's absolutely no need to worry because all your files are backed up automatically and safely off-site, and it's a cinch to get them back. With Carbonite, unlimited backup for your PC or Mac is just $59 a year. That's less than $5 a month, and you get access to your backed up files from any computer, smartphone, or iPad with the free Carbonite app. Best of all, when you use the offer code Destructoid to start your free 15-day trial, you'll get 2 months free if you decide to buy. All the details are at Carbonite.com, and remember the offer code Destructoid gets you 2 months free with your purchase.
Thank you, Tara. And really, guys, it's good to know one of the leading causes of computer crashes is, in fact, giant invisible birds. So
it's true.
Be careful.
Science.
Get Carbonite. Anyway, that's all for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow with some more video tidbits about whatever's going on in the wide world of gaming. In the meantime, you guys should go check out the interview I did with a couple of IO Interactive developers about the new Hitman game, Hitman Absolution. Be sure to take a look at the write-up that Wesley Rusher did, which is much more extensive and written down in words than my interview. But check them both out; they're cool. That's his preview is over on Destructoid, and my interview is right here on this channel. And just a reminder, we'll be doing our live show this Friday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on this channel. If you have a date, by all means cancel it. And if you have a job, please call in sick, because we are more important than sex or money.
Yes, not alcohol though, so make sure you have some of
Bring
that nearby
alcohol
while
to
you're
tolerate
watching.
us.
Yes. As always, you guys can follow us on Twitter. The show is on there over at Detoid Show. I'm also on there too at Terra Longest, and Max is there also at Max Scoville. It says you live in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So go follow us on Twitter, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Cheers.